Good morning. It's about 5 till 6. It's starting to get light enough where I can get on the river, so you probably can see really good and think it's been light for this long for a half hour. I was starting to put my boat back together. Got my back stitched down. One of these bungees came loose and smacked me in the face. And the shirt threw a bunch of sand in my mouth and eyes. So I had to get all that out. Just a little funny, annoying thing. I got to put my food away, got my snacks lined out for the day. So now we'll talk about the water levels. It doubled my drag to the water. So let's walk over to where I got out of the water yesterday. I still can see my drag marks right here, right here. So here was the water line when I got out last night. This rock was what I set there for it. And look how far it went down. Yeah, I was even dragging in the water. I knew that when I got out, dragging a little water line. But yeah, so I'm gonna put in here, push out. I can see the current line right there. So I bet I only gotta go out there about 12 feet before I can get deep enough to put my rudder back together and get going. It was a little chilly this morning, nothing bad. Just I'm used to blistering out in the sun all day. So it's 58 degrees now. It's 97% humidity. At least that's what the Weather Channel says. The way it's looking, it's gonna be just like the Mississippi River. The one place I kind of want to go to, it's probably gonna be closed the day I get there. So the glass blowing place is closed on Monday and Tuesdays. I think I'm gonna get there at Monday. They're open 10 to 5 p.m. That's cool. I really thought I'd be there in the time they were open. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll be able to get some miles in to get there. Boom, that'll get it to 10. Leave my boat at the ramp and go into town and check things out and come back. Nope, doesn't look like that's gonna line up now. But we'll see. We'll size it up when we get there. If not, I might use it for an excuse to just get some food at the paddle trap. If it's too early for that, I'll just walk back to the river and get on my way. I looked at the website for this resort. There is a food truck there all day today. There's a band tonight. I doubt I'll be there, but I'll go get a burger from the food truck for sure. Something to drink, something cold, something hot to eat, something cold to drink, and then we'll have a day. I'm gonna finish throwing this in. Yeah, it's just chilly when I get out of my tent in the morning, so I threw my hoodie on, and then as I just got exposed to the breeze coming off the river, I'm like, gosh, I just want a little more. And as I'm walking my feet in this cold sand, I just wanted a little more warmth. So I threw it's a light stocking hat, so I just threw it on, and I'll put it away here in 5 minutes when I start dragging the boat to the water. But the end is in sight. The end is in sight. Today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, partial Tuesday. So let's keep it up. Let's do good. I'm just walking up here to check my campsite, make sure I didn't leave anything. I have not. And we are good to go. All right, hope you have a good day. All right, so I'm at like mile 272-ish. I was just told by a boater, they came over. They were floating. I passed them, and then they passed me back. And then they did a U-turn and came back, and they're like, hey, have you heard of Cooper's Landing? You gotta go if you didn't know about it. But yeah, I was planning on stopping there, plug my electronics in for a little bit, and so it's about 2:15 right now. I'm about 2 miles out, so I'll get there about 2:30. In my head, I'm mentally telling myself I'm leaving at 4:30, because that still gives me enough time to get real close to my 60 miles a day. And if I'm a few miles short today, that's okay because of this stop. And but with that stop, I'll be able to fill up with water, get something warm to eat there, get something cold to drink, and yeah, have a day. So yeah, I got this curve up ahead. I go to the left, and then as it starts to go back to the right, it'll be on the left. Here we got a mile post up here ahead. That'll tell us exactly how far we have to go. I almost threw the camera. Oh, shit's going good. We got, yep, 172. We're at mile 172, so yep, mile and a half or two to go to get there. In this last little curve, I've seen about 6 boats come out of this Cooper's Landing. I can hear their music, so it seems to be quite the place to be. Probably can't even see it, but so yep, I'll get up there, get something to eat, and enjoy myself for a little bit. There's some people camping out there as well, so yeah, neat little place. All right, let's figure out where I need to go. So I just left Cooper's Landing at 4:25 because the gal came up and asked me if I could move my kayak because a boat wanted to park there. I had my dinner and a couple beers, and I was leaving at 4:30 anyways, so it was a good excuse for me to leave. I'm feeling pretty sunburnt. Well, not sunburnt, nothing hurts, but just when I look at my picture of myself, I'm just like, gosh, you're sun worn. That's a better word, sun worn, river worn. And so I'm gonna head on down and see where I end up tonight. All right, so I made 59 miles. I'm at mile 154. I think that's where I'm at. I'll have to double check that. So I came down, boy, I was struggling. There might be a sandbar after that curve, might. But on the Google Images picture, so there was one showing decently about 7 miles ago. And then about 4 miles ago, there should have been one. And the Google image showed all 3 of those sandbars. And when I got to the one that was about 3-4 miles ago, it wasn't there in real life. So then I didn't know if I wanted to take that gamble. And as I was coming around that point up there, I thought I saw some decent spots, and I couldn't quite. I'm like, just go up. This place looks promising. And I saw this ridge of concrete here. Didn't know it was a boat ramp, but it just looked like it was walkable. I thought it was actually a tree laying down. I thought it would have been walkable up to the bank a little bit. And I got around here, and it's a boat ramp. Some kids riding in it. Nothing. No boats have been down it for quite some time. You could tell by the mud. So I'm not worried about boats or anything. There is a guy fishing back there. I did see him. He's walked in, and there's his car. And they have a little pavilion. Nothing special, just a little pavilion. So I think I'm gonna set camp there. This might be a little rowdy place, but if it is, I'll be here. That's all it is. And I'll just keep an eye on my boat. That's all I can do. I got it tied up to a center block of about a little bit out of the water. The river's going down, so I'm not too worried, and I'm gonna start making camp. Yeah, plan on getting on the road early in the morning again. So if I'm at 54, I'll get to 94 is 60 miles. I know there's a campground at New Haven at the boat ramp, and that's at mile 80, I believe. But boy, 14 more miles over 60. Whew, that's a big one. I've been pushing hard for quite some time. That's not doable. I totally could do it, I do believe. But I got a lot of compounding big days on the water. So I don't need to do anything like that. I'm trying to do a little math for them the next day. Well, I'll just see where I get. That's all I got to do. I'll look at my map a little bit and see what's coming up and where it's be, and we'll go from there. All right. I hope you have a good evening. So there was just
I heard some noises, like people getting loud. So I looked, there is a little campground at the end of this public area. And then there was a bunch of screaming. So somebody's naked, they yelled, a guy, and he wants to get in the river. So now they're coming to the boat ramp. So I'm curious what's gonna happen. I have 911 dialed on my phone. Just kidding. No, I'm chilling. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Here they come.
Good morning. So it's Sunday, August the 3rd. It's 55 degrees out. What I got going on here? Let's start the night back a little early. So I got in at 7:30, 7:45-ish. So I finally broke down about 8 and started making camp. Right as I make camp under this little just shelter top here. And it's old. And got a few holes in it, but it was enough just if something started raining, cool, it helped me out. I finished, I got everything all set up and I was ready to get into my tent and write in my journal and call it a night. And I heard some people talking up there. What's going on? And so I got Google Maps back out. Then there was a few campers sitting up there on the Google Maps satellite view, a few 100 yards up, 200 yards up, where the road comes in and it elbows into me. And I'm like, all right, cool. There's probably some people camping. Next thing I know, they're yelling, screaming, put your clothes on. So the guy wanted to put in there and float downstream. But this is upstream. And then finally they came walking down. He was fully clothed. And I laughed because just a few minutes later, or before that, I was completely naked down there on the boat ramp. We chat for a minute, and then his wife came down, her girlfriend was yelling at him, he was yelling back. The two boys were laughing, another guy walked down, they were all screaming at each other. The two boys were just laughing away. And I'm like, God, what did I get myself into? But they came down to the boat ramp, and I stayed standing by my tent and then walked down to the boat ramp, and I talked with the boys a little bit. The guy asked me a few questions, and I walked down because I'm like, that's my boat. My boat's there. I don't want to leave it be. And so I stood around, and then a few minutes later, they all walked back up. So now, you can see right there, he's shining light at me. I got a barge. Then about 9 o'clock, I heard a barge coming up. And there's a sand barge at the far curve about, half a mile away, I could see. And I watched it get ready and set up. And I'd met 0 barges yesterday, and now I got another one coming. So he must have set the sand barge up over there. And so I came out at 9 to watch, see what happened. And he never came on by. And boy, I walked down with my flashlight, a headlamp on, red, and boy, boom, just see what was up. He shined in my face right away. And I'm expecting when this guy clears, he's gonna go, but he's gonna shine me here in a second. I got the barge out there, right there. Yep. And yeah, having good morning. And yeah, you could see the fog roll in that came in about, I got out of my tent at 4:45, and then it just got nice and bright with fog. I could see it all in the river. Good morning, entertaining evening. Yeah, I was back in my tent by 9:15. I did, when that barge was up there tying in last night, I did pull my boat up another couple feet. It's just because it's all I got. It's my way around. But yeah, so it's gonna be a good day. I don't know where I'm going. Today's Sunday. 154 miles to go. Here's the river. Another gorgeous morning. My tent was dry. I was super happy about that. I'll have to walk up and make sure I didn't leave anything there. And yeah, we'll have another good day. I don't know where I'm going to end up today. I don't know. New Havens at mile 80, 54, 74 miles. It's doable. There's nothing in the middle that I'll get out of the river for 2 hours, so it might be a shoot there for dark. It might be. And if you know, I know there's a boat ramp that's totally acceptable for me to shoot until evening. So I might end up there. So we're at a special place right now. You see that sign over there? You probably don't. But guess what it says? 100 miles. So I got 100 miles to go. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm glad to be at this point. And it's 5 o'clock, so I still got 2.5 good hours, 2 hours for sure of rolling. So I need to get to 93 or 4 miles to get my 60 in for the day. And yeah, so I'll get there in about an hour and a half, and I'm not pushing to get to whatever that town was. I don't even remember what the town was. Yeah, if I find a good sandbar after the 93-mile mark, I'm gonna pull it over. And yeah, I'll just call it a day wherever that's at. But I'm looking forward to being done by this time Tuesday. Yep, I am. I will miss it. Don't get me wrong, I will miss it very much. I've had a really good trip, and I almost feel like I'm getting the cart in front of the horse. I ain't there yet, but it's close. It's close. 100 miles to go. That's insane. Here's the river. That's probably pretty rough. I made the decision to push it to New Haven, and I'm making good time. I'll get there before dark. I got about 5 miles-ish to go, give or take, 1 or 2. But yeah, I'm making good time. I haven't even hit 7:30 yet, and that's an hour before dark. Sundown's at 8:22, last light's at 8:45. But I don't know if this barge is moving or not. Yeah, you can't even see it. But I really can't tell still. All right, I'm gonna put everything away and get my life jacket on, and I'll catch you later. Just for the update, at least it is a barge, but it's not moving. Mile 82. Woo! I'm here in, can't even think of the town name. Made it here. Found the restrooms. Found some electricity. And guess what? I got here before the street lights came on. So I was cooking that last 12, 15 miles. I felt good. I'm not dragging my boat up the boat ramp tonight. It's gonna live right here next to it. Otherwise, good day on the water. 82 miles to go. If I get as many miles as I did today, I'll only have like 10 on Tuesday morning. Boy, if one of those nights I would have just stayed on the water a little longer or woke up a little earlier when I was tired, I'd be done tomorrow night. That's funny jokes. Leave that be. It is what it is. Yeah, so here's where I'm at. I'm enjoying the trip. It's about to close, and that's it. River's been beautiful to me. We've wrestled with each other and had a good time, so this is it. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get settled in for the night.